Are the Niners better than they were in 2019? Are the Chiefs better than they were in 2019?
So that's kind of where I was going. I think the three biggest differences for both teams, the three biggest ones in order. Number 3, the defensive line for the 49ers is not as good. So to me, their overall defense is just not as dangerous and as suffocating as it once was. Number 2, adding Christian McCaffrey changed everything. We could talk about Brock, and there's no question Brock is better than Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's a big part of it. But to me, adding the MVP, a dual threat, a dynamic superstar, makes the game better for everyone on the field. Debo, Ayuk, obviously Ayuk wasn't there last time. George Kittle helps that quarterback, helps Kyle Shanahan, gives him some clarity on where to go with the ball. That is a game changer. And the number one biggest difference for me between then and now, heading into that Super Bowl, we didn't know if Andy Reid could win the big one. We didn't know if Patrick Mahomes could quote-unquote win the big one. I think 4 years later, it's pretty cemented, even if they don't win another thing of this magnitude, another Super Bowl. Those two are battle-tested winners who cannot be doubted in the clutch. When you come back and beat Philly down 10 in the second half in the Super Bowl the way that they did, when you win the 3 games that they needed to this year on the road the way they did, or 2 on the road the way they did, I think it's pretty obvious. They're now 2-time Super Bowl champions. Going in, we didn't know. We knew they were great. We knew they were both really good, but there were a lot of question marks. Now, 4 years later, it's crazy what that one title does, as you referenced earlier this week, because there is not a doubt in anyone's mind, even if they lose this game, they are considered the most clutch, winner-esque dudes of this particular era right now.
So they come back from 10 against the Niners in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter. They come back from 10 at the half against the Philadelphia Eagles. They come back from being down 3 with 13 seconds left against the Buffalo Bills to advance. Think about that. You're down 3, and you come back and you make something happen there to advance to an AFC title game. So to your point about being battle-tested, yes, they are battle-tested. They will not flinch. They will not wilt, and they've been here before. And you know what? They're confident. They are very confident going into Buffalo and going into Baltimore in the way that they won those games, in the fashion that they won those games. Yes, you're going to have to deal with a handful. So are both teams better than 2019? I would say both teams are different.
I agree.
The strength of the Chiefs right now is their defense. You know, the strength of the 49ers right now is their offense. It's completely flipped. The offense is night and day better than the offense in 2019, but the defense is lacking right now. Now, I think Fred Warner's a better version than the player he was in 2019, a game in which he picked off a pass from Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Drake Greenlaw's better than what he was. He was a rookie during that time. Bosa's better than what he was as a rookie, even though the numbers don't show it. But this offense is light years better. Debo's a better version.
Yes.
Kittle's a better version. The quarterback's better. Purdy is better right now than Garoppolo was heading into that game.
Ayuk better than Emmanuel Sanders?
Absolutely. Bigger threat than him. And more involved in the offense.
I would agree.
Their running backs are better. The running back is better. Hell, the running back room may be better.
I agree with that.
And so, but at the same time, Patrick Mahomes is better.
Is their special teams better?
The 49ers special teams?
Yeah. Is their special teams now better than it was back then? Yeah, I think I'm taking the 2019 special teams over this one. Because I'm hearing from a lot of my, diehard Niner friends and people on Instagram and whatnot, and they keep saying, like, dude, I don't trust this kicker at all. And I'm like, well, I was panicking about the kicker. I'm probably more confident than most, but he doesn't inspire, all the confidence in the world.
Look at Kansas City's kicker, Harrison Butker.
He's pretty reliable.
Battle-tested, reliable, can make it from anywhere.
Pretty reliable, yeah. Like, Justin Tucker's the best. Butker's on a short list of guys I take after him.
Right. Moody's not even close. So, yes, we have a disadvantage with the kicker, but at the same time, in a football game like this, I don't want to see the kicker.
Yeah, I know.
You have to score touchdowns. That regular season game last year against Kansas City, what got the Niners in trouble, they had to kick 3 field goals when they were moving the ball.
Yeah. Is Kyle Shanahan a better coach today than he was 4 years ago?
Absolutely. But so is Andy Reid.
Possibly.
Is Steve Wilkes better than Robert Saleh? It's hard to quantify.
It's hard to quantify, but because Robert Saleh had the better personnel.
See, I agree with you. And I look at that staff as a whole. You had D'Amico on that staff, and you had Robert Saleh, who brought some of his other guys with him on that staff. That was a really good staff.
Yep.
And the personnel was better.
Yep.
I think we're way too harsh on Steve Wilks than we should be.
I mean, D'Amico Ryans got torched for 44 by Kansas City last week, and they looked outmatched. I mean, Andy Reid was running circles around D'Amico last year. Anything Mahomes wanted, he took. Running game, passing game. Kansas City torched the Niners last year at Levi Stadium. Torched them. Let's go to Andre in San Francisco. What's happening?
Hey, Andre.
Go to roast.
Yo, thanks for taking my call, man. I wanted to say I'm extremely nervous about the performance of the D-line. They look good on paper, but they haven't performed like they need to, and I think it's the key to the game. And if they come out and perform like they have in the past couple of weeks, I think it's going to be curtains for us. And then I just wanted to say thanks for Joe for taking that picture with me up at the Bruce Mahoney, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I was trying not to fanboy out, but I'm like, let me go holler at my man. It's like seeing a Bay Area legend, man. I just wanted to say thanks. I ran into Bonte last year at the football game. We were filming both of those, and I want to say good props to y'all, man. San Francisco legends, baby.
I love that. Hey, that game, my niece's team, they blew a huge lead. Poor Megs. I had to give her a big hug. I was so sad for her. Sacred Heart battled back. That was a great game.
Did you give Angelique a hug?
No, she was out of there before I cut out.
Angelique was not happy.
But I had the little guy. Little guy was making the rounds.
LJ?
Yeah, he made his first
LJ
Bruce Mahoney.
everywhere, man. You're taking LJ everywhere.
Bro, he's got to get used to the loud noises. He's a Shasky.
Got to keep him indoors. No, it's good for him to get the sun. Helps her skin. Get that vitamin D in. Shout out to LJ, by the way. Download the free Odyssey app and listen to 95.7 The Game wherever you go. Catch every single Warriors game live on the app, along with all the music and news the Bay Area needs. Catch amazing interviews you missed, too, like Cheryl Bosa. Cheryl Bosa has a nice rapport with Willard and Dibbs.
Oh.
She joined them the other day. Spit some facts about Bosa. Speaking of Bosa, he was asked about Kansas City's starting tackles. Here's what Bosa said.
Taylor and Smith, when you watch them on film, Taylor's, I think, leads the NFL. Ton of penalties. Anything stand out when you watch them?
They hold a lot.
They hold a lot.
They're going to let him play in this Super Bowl, though. I mean, we know
think
that.
so?
Even though the final play last year was Bradbury holding, who was the wide? Was it Juju? Who was the wide
Juju.
receiver? Yeah, he was holding Juju,
Smith-Schuster.
and they threw that penalty. It feels like the majority of the Super Bowls I've watched in my lifetime, they usually let him play and get very physical.
Jawan Taylor had a rough start to the season. And then Donovan Smith, number 79.
He wears the black visor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Bosa has a very good advantage against these tackles.
That's a
Bosa,
large human being.
I think Bosa can really dominate this football game. Now, can you get help on the other side? Can we get something from you, Chase Young? Can we get something from Chase Young? Randy Gregory? Anything?
This whole one big game and Chase could get paid, not by us.
Yeah, well, that ship is sailed.
But no, they need one big game from every single one of those guys on that defensive line.
How disappointing has Chase been for you? Because remember after the Jacksonville game,
dissipated.
a lot of calls we took was like, you got to pay Chase over Ayuk. You have to pay Chase over Ayuk if it comes down to it. After one game, and Chase has done, it's been, even though the Niners didn't give up much for him, they give up a third-round comp pick.
Yeah, but they're going to get it back.
They're going to get it back, which is cool.
When he walks.
But damn, he has been disappointing. And you know what's crazy? Big Dog City and I, after the Fiesta Bowl, Clemson, Ohio State, we both looked at each other like, Chase Young ain't it. Now, I didn't want to overreact.
You're worried about Chase. I think Javon Hargraves has been a bigger disappointment in Eric Armstead than even Chase. I'm paying them way more.
I'm focused on Chase, but I need him to set the edge. I see flashes from Hargrave. Hargrave made some plays in that NFC title game.
I mean, I'm paying him $20 million.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But Chase Young is starting at one of the edges. And I'm just saying, man, a guy like that with all the hype, it reminds me so damn much of Clowney when he came out. But you're right with Hargrave.
I think the name is sexier.
Hargrave is a big part. He's got to step up. There's no doubt.
And Armstead, I couple them together. And Armstead, I'm sorry, you paid Eric Armstead DN money at the time, and he's now played D tackle, and he's been hurt the last couple of years, and that sucks. And I think he's a great dude, but in terms of bang for the buck, it's pretty bad bang for the buck.
Yeah,
I mean they have 40-something% of the cap tied into the defensive line.
Yeah, it's not good.
And you're not getting you're just not getting bang for the buck right now. And it's really frustrating. And I feel like and they could tell me different, but it feels like to me, philosophically, the way Kyle and whoever the DC is wants to build this team is the D-line takes pressure off of every other level behind them on that defense. And so when you invest this much in it, then you're going to take money, from the back end, and you're going to reinvest it back into the D-line. Draft capital that you could have used on another linebacker, on a safety, on a corner. You're going to put that back into D-ends to go get Randy Gregory and to go get Chase Young. Like, you have reinvested so much. This D-line's got to do more. They just have to do more.
They do have to do more.
But Chase has been a massive disappointment. That I can't deny that.
Right.
But
they all have.
But Drake, I think Drake Jackson simultaneously has been very disappointing. I had high hopes for Jake Jackson.
Now Armstead looks hurt. He looked a little frail. Looked like he lost a little weight going into that NFC title game. He looked skinny, didn't he?
Can I tell you what I'm like? I'm not trying to put this into the ethos. I don't wish this on it. But like these foot injuries, this is what ended Patrick Willis's career. Yeah. These foot injuries are serious.
Well, plantar fasciitis is no joke, no doubt. I think he'll be able to make a speedy recovery in the offseason, but you could tell he's compromised here. He's compromised, no doubt about it. And I'm with you with Javon Hargrave. You heard Bryant Young saying A-gap pressure is imperative this Sunday against Patrick Mahomes. You got to push the pocket right in his face. Boy, you think about Javon Hargrave and what you had back then going into the Super Bowl. Now, I believe DJ Jones got hurt. It wasn't available for the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that Ronald Blair or him?
It could have been. DJ Jones got hurt. He got hurt, I believe.
You could be right.
But DJ Jones had a big impact.
Oh, he was
up the middle against the run.
Really good, yes.
So Javon Hargrave.
6th-round pick.
No, I'm with you with Javon Hargrave. I don't disagree with that at all. Javon's got to step up.
Well, and you need to see another, like because they rotate so much. Randy Gregory has to be good. Kinlaw has to be good. Givens or Joseph Day has to be good. By the way, I don't think we saw much Joseph Day in the last game. I didn't see him out there.
We only played 10 snaps against Green Bay. How many? Love it. Find a snap count real quick for.
Yeah, I didn't
because I saw Joseph Day a couple times.
Okay, I didn't notice him out there.
I noticed number 69 a couple times here, but I don't think he played a lot of snaps. He didn't play a lot of snaps against Green Bay.
I think Randy Gregory has been slightly better than Chase Young. And then, we're talking a low bar to clear.
So, DJ Jones went on injury reserve after the Saints game in 2019 when they won 48-46 at the Superdome. Yeah, he didn't play in the postseason. They missed DJ Jones against Kansas City. They did in that Super Bowl. DJ Jones is very good against the run, good against the pass, situational pass rush. Remember Sunday Night Football, he showed out against Green Bay when they beat the Packers 37-8. So DJ Jones was missed, and I need Hargrave to channel his inner DJ Jones. All right, snap count, love it. What you got?
Yeah, according to Matt Barrows with The Athletic, Sebastian Joseph Day had 5 snaps last week against the Lions.
So 15 snaps in the postseason.
D-tackle. Oh, my God.
15 snaps.
Defensive tackle.
D. Lou's saying we need to run a 5-man front sometimes, and you see some teams do that. I kind of agree with that, and I like that. Like Detroit had 5 dudes on the line of scrimmage, and they were stuffing the run for the most part on first down in that NFC title game.
But you fear Mahomes so much beating you in one-on-one over the top.
Maybe.
Even with their wide receiver.
You can zone some things up. You could get creative with the 5-man fronts just to show it. Just to show it and like dare them to pass the ball when maybe you do want them to pass the ball. I don't know, but something needs to shake.